So Oliver's kind of excited because it's like it did something overnight last night. He really is. He just loves. This is his favorite time of year. Snow! He's nuts in the snow. This dog is crazy. I thought the other one was crazy in the snow. This guy, he's all about it. So that means it's my favorite type of four-wheeling season. But yeah, the Tacoma, its clutch is slipping a little bit, but we're gonna maybe gonna fire it up and play around just a minute. So just let it warm up a little bit. We'll knock the dust off it. And in the meantime, we gotta go get the snowplow because 'tis the season. Crazy how it all just came overnight like that. Anyway, let's fire up the Tundra and yeah. All right, so we've gotten the cars kind of cleaned off and put the wipes inside. Now we got to go and get our plow out of storage. Probably should have done this, you know, sooner than the day it's snowing. Probably should have put driveway markers in because I honestly can't even tell where my driveway is at. We'll figure it out. And we're connected. Yay. Now that the work part's done, it's time to play.
Here he goes. He likes tearing up my yard. He's been waiting for the snow. We got it all in one night so far. Yesterday it was completely all grass. And today it's all snow. Because I have the South Bend clutch that's going in it, riding in the passenger seat, and the weight of it. There we go. I smell the clutch. And that's why we're replacing it. Alright, that's probably enough fun. There's stuff hanging and we packed the wheels full and that was fun. That was fun. Yeah. The clutch is done. That was it. That was the last hurrah for sure. She barely made it back in the garage. Well, once it melts off, we'll get to work. Well, somebody had some fun out there. Oh wait, that was me. All right, now that the truck is thoroughly dried off from yesterday's fun, guess it's time to tear into this thing and do the clutch. If only you guys could smell it. Oh, it smells so terrible in here. I apparently smoked it really good. Anyway, here is our new South Bend clutch. Thanks to Alex and Caitlin at AK Motorsports. Got me hooked up. And yeah, we're gonna try this thing out. This is their like stage 2 heavy duty clutch from South Bend. Got a brand new flywheel showing up here. FedEx tracking says it's out for today. Looks like the clutch kit comes with your kind of normal stuff here. Installation tool, pilot bearing, throwout bearing, and then we're gonna install it on top of a brand new flywheel. So we need to get some rip tearing done. So we've had this apart a few times when we were building the truck, doing different things, but cup holder just pops out of place. Some Phillips screws here, and up in the front that hold the console down. We'll unscrew the shift knobs, and that'll get us access down underneath so we can remove all the shifters out of the top of both the transmission and the transfer case. And now with the console slipped out of place, we can see the hardware that goes over the boot for the original shifter, and then the hardware that I installed on the aftermarket rubber boot that came with my twin stick shifters. We'll get this stuff removed and then get underneath there and get the bolts out of the shift mechanisms. Now that the boot is off, you can see the 12mm bolts down in there that are holding the shift mechanisms into place on both the transmission and transfer case. So we'll get those unbolted and put tape or something over the holes, rags, keep crud from getting down in there, and then we'll get underneath. So the thing I love about working on Toyotas is you pretty much grab a handful of tools and know you'll be able to take apart 99% of it. You know, you got like a 10, 12, 14, and 17. That'll get you like 99% of the way there. You might run across the odd thing here or there, but man, nothing like the American stuff where I swear you have like every tool in the box out. Anyway, it's time to move underneath. We're gonna get some drive shafts disconnected, get all of our wiring unhooked, and yeah, keep plugging away. Probably need to drain these things before I pull them. Not just because it'll make them lighter, but also because they probably should have new fluid. All right, so we got the transfer case drained, letting the transmission drain right now. While that's doing that, we're gonna go back up top, undo the last couple of bolts that are holding the transfer case to the transmission adapter plate, which looks like they're best access from up here, I think. We'll get those out and we should be able to drop the transfer case off the back. All right, so we got the transfer case off. Now we're moving on to the transmission. I already removed the bolts for the saddle.
we'll get the bell housing bolts and stuff all out. We got to take the starter off. And then, yeah, the last thing we'll do is remove the 4 bolts that are holding the transmission cross member, and then we'll drop that and then bring the tranny down. So having all kinds of fun today. We're just playing around. Should be getting the last of the bolts out of here. And hopefully real soon be trying to slide that transmission back. So we're gonna see if it's possible to slide the transmission back while leaving it kind of in that cradle, so we don't have to drop it all the way down and out of there. We just slide it back, do the clutch, and then put it back together. We'll see. We may have to drop the trans all the way out, but time will tell. Ta-da!
Look at it.
There's the tranny. What fun. Good job, Blake. All right, and we got to get in there, get the clutch and flywheel off of there, get everything cleaned up, and wait for the new flywheel to show up. Hopefully today. They said it would be here today. Hopefully FedEx doesn't screw me up, and we'll be golden. What you need, man?
That's right here.
Is it welded together or what?
I don't know.
She's a stinky one. It's stuck on them dowel pins.
Oh my god, I can hear crunchiness going on.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't wanna.
One more dowel pin up top stuck.
Yep. Come on. Come on. Ooh. Ooh, that's sweet.
That thing is jammed up. Got her.
Oh, look at the pretty colors on there.
Flywheel. Woo! Yucky.
All sorts of pretty colors.
Oh yeah, man. Nice. Nice. Oh yeah, we got our money's worth out of that one. All the way to the rivets. All the way to the rivets. Yeah, we didn't leave anything on the table with this one.
No siree.
Perfect. Yeah. You know, don't want to throw away stuff that's still worth using. Anyway, we'll get the flywheel out of there next and start cleaning things up. All right, and there's our flywheel. So, yeah. Crazy. It don't look good. Well, like I said, we got our money's worth out of it. So, put this new self-bend clutch in and be time to get out in the woods, put a few break-in miles on it, do a little driving, get it ready for some serious winter wheeling. All right, so now we're at the point where we got to replace that little pilot bearing. So I've dug through some of the old tools I have that may or may not fit in that pilot bearing. I've got this, they call them triple squares for working on Volkswagens and stuff. And then I also have a clutch alignment tool for a Subaru, which happens to be the exact same inner diameter. So I'm going to attempt to pump some grease in there and just see if grease gun helps push it out first. If not, it'll be already packed full of grease. I can use one of these other tools to try and force it out. So let's see how this goes. All right, so first we're just gonna get some grease pumped in there. This thing's taking forever. How about we put it on fast? Yep. I don't think it's tight enough to. I don't have enough in there to.
Enough grease in there?
No. Don't have enough grease in there. We need more grease.
So eventually, with enough hammering and packing grease and more hammering and more packing grease, we were able to get the original pilot bearing out. And now, clean the hole all out nice. I'm gonna see if we can get the new pilot bearing installed. So I have found a socket that is just a fuzz smaller than that bearing outer diameter. And we're just gonna gently tap that into place. And with the new pilot bearing tapped in there, just double check that we're nice and even all the way around. And now we will get the flywheel on. Keep plugging away here. Finally on the put together. Hallelujah. And our nice shiny new flywheel that showed up is on. Clean the heck out of the surface with brake parts cleaner. Blake's cleaning up the mating surface of the flex plate right now. And we'll bolt the new clutch into place. I gotta say, outside of the oldest profession in the books, I think that mechanics lay on their back almost as much. But we're making progress. And there we are. New South Bend clutch, flywheel, all bolted up. Just swapping out the throwout bearing, and we'll get this transmission pushed back up in its place. Blake is just pretending he's He-Man under here. He thinks he's just gonna lift this transmission back up into place. Hopefully without smashing his fingers between there and there. And I'm guessing you gotta go higher from the looks of things.
Just can't roll back.
All right, so the factory shifters all come with like this little tin plate, and I don't know, I'm guessing it's to keep oil from slinging and coming up through the shifter, because my aftermarket twin stick kit was just oil coming out of everywhere. So I took a piece of a Mountain Dew can and made myself a little tin plate to kind of shield in, except for just barely over the width of the shifters. Hopefully this will keep the oil from slinging up and coming down and leaking all over the sides of the transmission transfer case. So we'll see if this works, but sacrifice. This is a 10-cent returnable in Michigan, so it's a 10-cent gasket. And Blake and I just been jamming out, but just bolted the shifters back in, and I'm gonna clean up some of this area underneath here so that when I put the shift boots back in, I'm actually gonna try and maybe use some like RTV or something to seal that to the floor. Try and seal out. I do get a little bit of exhaust fumes now and then, and so it'd be nice to have that as much sealed as possible. So yeah, just plugging away, getting things put back together. While we were at it, we put new fluid in the transmission, the transfer case, went ahead and changed the oil, and should be ready for some winter wheeling here shortly. Can't wait. All right, it's ready to go. We are anxiously anticipating tomorrow. So we're gonna have to get out, put some brake-in miles on it. Obviously, we don't want to go romping on it. Yeah, interior's all back together. Looks just like it did. Plus a little cleaning. Blake was super nice and wiped down the interior a little bit. But yeah. I am stoked. Winter wheeling is here, but we got to get like I think it said 750 miles of break-in on the clutch before I can start romping on it hard. So we're probably going to get it out and do some basic driving tomorrow, which sounds really lame, but I also want the clutch to last and hold up because I'm hoping to maybe add one of those like Wuhan war whistles to it or something, maybe a little spoolie boy. See if we can up the power on this bad boy a little bit. All right, keep watching. Let's have some fun.